So in the last 18 to 24 months, I think it's fair to say Abercrombie Fitch has had a bit of a glow up, ditching the logo heavy clothing along with the infamous moose, now positioning themselves in a way that really speaks to modern consumers who prioritize timeless and clean design with a heritage appeal. I've seen lots of influencers talk about Abercrombie in the past year or so, but I've never personally purchased anything from them until now. And well, let me just say, I have some thoughts. Like all my other brand review videos, this one is not sponsored. I purchased all these items with my own money, so it will be my own opinion, 100% unbiased and uninfluenced. And for reference, I'm 5'8", about 65 kilos, 40-inch chest, and a 29-inch waist. Everything will be linked down below, so if anything catches your eye, go and check the description. And if you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like, as it really helps the channel out. Right, let's begin. So let's start with the humble white t-shirt. And well, it was actually quite difficult to narrow it down to one I wanted to try, as there was just so many options that I really liked the look of on the website. Eventually, I settled on this. It's the classic polished tee in a size small with a regular length, and it comes in at just £18. Right away, the first thing I noticed was just how soft this tee is. It's 100% cotton, which is really great, and it really feels wonderful against your skin. Fabric also has a really nice structure to it, meaning it sits really well whether you're wearing it tucked or untucked. Fit-wise, it's pretty standard, but I would say it's spot on for this type of t-shirt. Not too tight around the chest or too loose in the body. It also has a tight neckline, which is something I'm always looking for with my t-shirts. It does come in a bunch of versatile colors, as well as some interesting faded washes. And side note, I just love how Abercrombie offers so many different sizing options. The only big-ish problem that I found with this tee is how translucent it is in some lighting scenarios. The material is super thin and breathable, but in certain light you can clearly see the double layer fabric at the sleeves and the hem. I really don't think this would be a problem with the darker colors, but at least to me, when it comes to a white t-shirt, it just always makes it look a little bit cheap. But then again, you guys might love a super lightweight and breathable fabric when it comes to your t-shirts. I would also say it's a tiny little bit long for me, but it's really not a problem, as I'll mostly be wearing it tucked in. And while the neckline does start off nice and snug, I do have some concerns it will bacon up after a few wears. Overall, it's a pretty standard clean white t-shirt. The silhouette is really nice and the cotton is super soft. All things considered, if I was to rate out of 10, I would give it a solid 6. Let's move on. Next up, a great indicator of a brand's quality, at least in my mind, is their denim selection. I know Tim is a big fan of Abercrombie's legwear range, from their jeans to their tailored trousers, so with this in mind, I picked up these baggy jeans in this lovely light blue wash. I went for a 29-inch waist with a 30 length, and these come in at a very reasonable 75 quid. I've got to say, to start this off, I am pretty damn impressed with these jeans. First off, the color and the wash are spot on. Just the right amount of faded, and I could definitely see myself wearing these a ton in the upcoming spring. The denim itself is 100% cotton, so big tick there. It's from their rigid denim range, and well, the fabric feels super thick and rigid. It gives the jeans a really sturdy, high quality hand feel that is pretty difficult to find at this price point. When it comes to fit though, I think these jeans are pretty perfect for me when it comes to straight/loose silhouettes. It's definitely relaxed, but because the denim is so structured, it keeps them from looking overly baggy or shapeless. And the zip they've used feels really solid too. It's a self-branded metal zipper from a company called Ideal, which I'm kind of surprised I've never actually heard of before. I did some digging, and they're an American zipper company founded in 1936 and seem to be a direct competitor to YKK. The zip Abercrombie chose for these pairs though does feel pretty robust and good quality. Plus again, I have to mention the crazy amount of size, color and finish options just for this silhouette. 10 different waist sizes ranging from 28 inches to 40 inches, each with 4 different length options. That is 40 different size options per color. Size inclusion like that is genuinely nothing short of amazing, and I have to commend Abercrombie on that. This really is what the standard should be by now. The only negative thing I can really think of is that the denim is so rigid, it is kind of uncomfortable to wear in the first few wears. While the structure and the sturdiness here are great for the durability and the overall look of the jeans, they definitely feel a bit stiff and uncomfortable straight out the box. However, I'm pretty confident they'll soften up with some regular wear and become more comfortable over time. It is a minor downside, but really nothing that takes away from how much I love this pair. So for Abercrombie's denim, I would have to agree with Tim on this one. These are a solid 9 out of 10 for me. I would highly recommend giving Abercrombie's denim selection a try. Actually, I should really make an affordable jeans comparison video of all of my favorites. Let me know if you guys would like to see something like that leading up to spring. Thirdly, again, I went classic, and I grabbed a product that I've just heard so many good things about. This is the Essential Popover Hoodie. I grabbed this in the light grey marl, again in a size small with a regular length, and this is available for 60 quid. First things first, this hoodie is ridiculously soft and ridiculously cozy. This is really the type of hoodie that if you lend it to your girl, you're just never getting it back. You're just not. The outer shell is just so soft and the inside is brushed, similar to my more expensive destructive hoodies. It just feels like you're wrapped up in a cloud. The fabric though does have a little bit of rigidity, which helps it hold its shape and sit really nicely. I really don't think I've ever felt a fabric that is so lightweight and still is able to hold its shape so well. The fabric here just doesn't feel like it has the GSM or the weight behind it to hold itself like this, but somehow it does. This light heather grey too is just spot on. It's a really nice grey marl that leans more on the warmer side with a lot of cream in the mix. The hood stands nicely thanks to the double layered fabric, and another big personal tick from me for leaving the hood cords off here. When it comes to the fit though, I would say it's pretty standard, leaning slightly oversized with the drop shoulders. Most importantly though, it's not too long in the body and it has a tight hemline. This allows me to wear it how I want, tuck it up and give it a subtle crop. I know it sounds like a really small detail, but this is a make or break for me when it comes to these types of hoodies. Again, I have to mention it just comes in a huge number of colors, washes, finishes, and the size range for these hoodies is double extra small all the way to triple XL, both with 2 individual length options. That is just crazy. That said though, this hoodie is definitely not perfect. The fabric is a 70-30 cotton poly blend. I do of course wish it was 100% cotton, and I think for me, I wish it was a bit higher GSM. It's not a quality thing, I just prefer my hoodies to have a bit more weight to them, almost like I'm wrapped up in a blanket. If Abercrombie upped the GSM here, this really could become a luxury hoodie killer. The cuffs personally are a little bit too long, and I wish the hood was a bit bigger as well. The front pocket as well feels a bit small too. These are just all very minor subjective design things though, but I thought they were worth mentioning. Overall though, it is a great baseline everyday hoodie, and rating wise, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. With that said though, honestly, if I was on a budget just looking for an everyday, reliable, super cozy hoodie, this one is pretty hard to beat. Let's move on. Next up, I thought we'd go for some knitwear. And man, is this piece a hidden gem. This is the oversized wash crew sweater. I got it in a size small in this beautiful wash blue, and it retails for 65 quid. This genuinely is another great piece from Abercrombie. Let's start with the silhouette. It's relaxed, slightly oversized, cropped in the body with longer sleeves. I mean, it's just perfect to me. It's a raglan design, which really allows the fabric to drape so nicely across your shoulders, creating a beautiful, smooth shoulder silhouette. The fabric itself, I'm pleased to say, is a 100% cotton, and the knit, whilst it doesn't have the soft hand feel of a wool, it does feel pretty thick and substantial. It really does feel quite heavy in hand, which I was honestly surprised by when I first unboxed it. I was definitely impressed by the overall finish of this, in the fact that it's quite an intricately detailed knit, and there were just no QC issues at all. The color here, I have to say, is another highlight. A beautiful blue that's been acid washed so it's faded on the outer ribbing of the knit, giving it a really interesting color variation and really emphasizes the knit texture. Similar to the jeans, I think this piece's strength could also be one of its weaknesses. The fact that this type of knit is so heavy leads me to believe that it might lose its shape and bag out a bit after a few washes. I also just can't believe this doesn't come in more colors. They do have the same knit silhouette with some other designs and colors, but seriously, I'd love to see these fisherman style acid wash knits with a wider range of color options, as I definitely pick up a few. Overall though, I really can't complain. I'm so happy with this piece. For 65 quid, it feels incredibly well made. It's a great color and I love the silhouette. Rating wise, I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10, a great addition to any wardrobe, but I'm really hoping they offer some more colors in the future. Okay, lastly, I just had to check out Abercrombie's outerwear range. And again, I've heard a lot of people talking about their workwear jackets, saying they're a great alternative to Carhartt. So, as an avid Detroit jacket stan, I decided to give them a try. This is the Sherpa-lined zip workwear jacket. Got it in a size small again with a regular length, and it retails for £140. It comes in 4 vintage-inspired wash colorways. There's a blue, a green, and this dusty brown with some small embroidery, but I decided to go for the classic black. Let me start by saying this is a great jacket with a lot of small but well-considered details. The outer shell is 100% cotton twill, and it's got a really soft hand feel. Not too stiff, making it super comfortable to throw on straight out of the box. The full silver zipper too is another highlight. Again, it's from Ideal. It feels super sturdy and pretty high quality. The faux shearling lining inside the body is a nice touch. It's pretty soft, warm and cozy. Definitely feels cold weather ready without feeling too bulky. The sleeves are fully nylon lined, which makes putting it on and taking it off a lot easier, and I was just super surprised to see that it's triple stitched on most of the main seams. This is something that Carhartt does across as standard on many of their jackets, and it's really great to see on this jacket too. This not only adds a lot of durability, but it also gives the jacket a bit of that workwear authenticity. It shows they're really thinking about the small details and how a great long-lasting workwear style jacket should be constructed. I'm also just a sucker for a center back seam, and of course it has another one of my favorite jacket details, a soft chunky cord collar. Now onto the downsides. The fabric, like I've said, is a denim swill rather than a sturdy canvas, which yes does make the jacket softer and more comfortable to wear initially, but it does also mean it's not going to be as water resistant or abrasion resistant, or in general as long lasting as your typical duck or dearborn canvas workwear jacket. The sleeves I think also are a little bit too tight. It's fine with something like a tee or a light knit, but anything heavier than that starts to feel a bit restrictive. And one small detail that I would have loved is Sherpa lined pockets. The pockets here are actually a good size, but they're just nylon lined, which is okay I guess, but having that soft Sherpa lining to warm your hands on a cold day would have made it even more cozy. Don't get me wrong though, this is still a great, well-considered, well-made workwear jacket. It's warm and it's full of thoughtful details. I'd actually say it's a lot more user-friendly than something like a Carhartt. It's much better for general everyday wear straight out the box, but like I said, it's definitely not as durable in the long run. In terms of rating, I would rate it a solid 8 out of 10. I honestly think if they made it out of a more durable canvas, that really could give Carhartt a run for their money. And there you have it, a few of my favorite Abercrombie and Fitch items that I picked up recently. Overall, I have to say I was pretty damn happy with all my purchases, and I'll definitely be keeping them on my radar in the future, particularly their denim. With that being said though, if you enjoyed my video today, make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. YouTube thinks you'd love this video here, so go and check it out. Thanks for watching guys. As always, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll catch you in the next one. See you then.